Warning, this video is intended for adult collectors. It contains plastic collectibles, questionable opinions, and the biggest Blitzwing fanboy of them all. Do not panic. This is just a random review.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel and welcome back to the review stage. So, let's talk about another figure from the new wave. One of the other figures that's white and red from the current wave of deluxes. I'm still amused by this idea that Hasbro for years said, like, we're not releasing anything in a wave that is the same color because it's gonna confuse kids. And then they release an entire wave that's white and red. Well, we're going to look at one of the new molds in the wave, and that is Smokescreen, and supposedly based on Transformers Prime Smokescreen, but has been generationified, as many of the Prime characters had been previously. How did that come out? Well, we're going to see. We're going to see. First off, he turns into this really nice, like, sports car / race car mode. Looks really, really good, actually. I'm actually quite surprised by the level of paint going on here. I'm kind of used to Hasbro skipping out on as much paint as they can. So to see this much tampograph work is actually pretty impressive. So you've got blue and white paint here on the top of the windshield because that's all clear plastic. You can see where it's off color. It tells you the difference. Blue down there on the hood, painted through multiple pieces in order to get the shape correct. Silver for all of the headlights, and there are many headlights on this car. We see a little bit of red there on the spoiler, and then 38 down the side with a cool blurring effect. And then behind it, you see that checkered pattern as well. That's actually a really neat little visual. Like, that's way more than they needed to do. So like, I'm actually down for that. That's actually really, really cool. So yeah. It's a really nice looking vehicle mode. I like how there's no separation between windshield and the side windows. That all looks really, really nice. I like how clean something like that looks. And yeah, speaking of clean, like, look how aerodynamic, look at how sleek the car is. It's so nice. If we look toward the back, we get to see some massive exhausts coming out of the rear. These are the additional accessories we'll be needing in the robot mode. So we can go ahead and take those off for now and get those aside, as I hear my dog being very angry in the background. But no, this is actually a pretty good car mode. I'm really, really happy with this. Very light on, like, sculpted details, but then again, that's kind of to be expected. Most of that's just in the front, which does look cool. But yeah, it's a sleek race car, so not a whole lot of added details are going to be there. Little side mirrors is about all you get. The one thing about this is transforming it back into this mode is actually a little bit difficult. At least I've found it to be difficult. I've transformed him several times now, and I don't know if I just got a bad copy or what, but my advisement is mine has some tolerance issues where it feels like a few things did not get moved in the right direction. Things are, like, misaligned inside or something, because, like, this barely wants to hold together. You can see, like, in the front section where it's like some things are out of position, or like this should be like this and it will not close all the way. It's full of that. The doors, they're struggling to stay on. You can hear, like, when I, like, you hear that loud snap? That's the plastic really trying to fight against being in that position. And I can't put it right back in because you see, like, it's out of place. And now, it could be me doing something wrong in the transformation, but I've checked the instructions and I have double-checked what I'm doing here. It just weirdly just doesn't seem to fit correctly. It's weird. And then again, that might just be mine, but I'm going to report it to you just in case. If you do want to give him a little bit of firepower, he doesn't come with a gun of his own, but he does have the 5mm port up there, should you want to add a blaster to the top. I never like how that looks anyway, so I'm good to skip it here. So, with that out of the way, cool vehicle. Let's go to the robot mode, and we'll start by getting those doors unclipped like they really want to be. Get those done. Let's handle the rear section first. Pop that from the rear, pop the top, pop the legs apart like so, And this is pretty like standard fare as far as like modern Transformers go. There's the feet, there's your ankle tilt, so I need to open up these, show the front of the shins, double hinge up, get the legs extended. Now, you can go ahead and rotate the side fenders and the wheels to go ahead and clip into there, because these are going to have like this nice little like diagonal angle to them, which is going to look kind of cool, a little bit different. Right? When you have everything aligned properly, everything clipped in where it's supposed to be, the knees have a heavy click to get them into place. See, the sides of the legs will close up like that. You are good to go. And these, if they're in the right spots, should stop rotating up and down. Now, get those out of the way. Time for the more traditional stuff of the front end. So, raise this up to get this out of the way. Going to separate the arms like so. I like how they're folded up to form part of the front. That's kind of cool. Rotate these down. We'll rotate the arms until they are in the arm shape. So fold out, fold down, rotate, flip, fist out. That's your arm. Gonna go ahead and get the head up now. The head has to go in this orientation, by the way, in order to fit in vehicle mode. So a little bit more involved than usual. Go ahead and flip that up and rotate like so. Now, let's see if we can't align the backpack, because this can go awry. So, double hinge here. What you're looking to do is get those tabs here into these slots here. Make sure everything in the back section is lined up smoothly. If you get it wrong, there is a way to getting this wrong, and it's going to make Smokescreen's head barely above where the chest line is. So just make sure it all looks like that. Anytime you get like a double hinge in there, sometimes the alignment gets a little bit weird. And with that, like, I'm gonna raise these up, fold those back, and give you our Smokescreen in robot mode. If I can, hang on, let me get him stabilized. I didn't want to have to do that. I will explain that in a second. But in robot mode, yeah, he's actually pretty nice. Like, it's not a bad transformation. It's got like a lot of the like traditional tropes of a like not a G1, but like just a typical car Autobot. And that kind of happens. You know, the rear legs are going to transform into the rear of the car. The arms and the chest are going to transform into the front end of the car. That's just the usual. I like that there's a little bit of a twist to it here. Does make for a nicer transformation overall. And yeah, pretty nice. So now, we get into the head. And the head sculpt, I have a little bit of contention with. So for me, this is just like a little bit too generic. I'm not getting prime Smokescreen from it as much as I think I should. But yeah, like, it's not too bad. I do like how like the crest and the sides of his helmet are colored red. That's a nice little flow going vertically up. I mean, seeing it like this, especially because his chest is giving me like traditional like front end chest Autobot vibes, which Smokescreen technically shouldn't be giving me. Like, he does come off a little bit Prowl. I'm not going to lie here. It's a little bit weird that way. But not a bad head sculpt. I do like how heavily painted it is. Again, surprised at the level of paint going on here. Blue eyes, silver face, red detailing, and then a little bit of the gunmetal gray for the crest. That's a lot. It actually has quite a bit of deco going on. Speaking of which, the vehicle mode's hood does a great job of forming Smokescreen's blue belly. That worked out pretty well. Autobot symbol right there in the middle. A little bit of red trim for the shoulders as well. Not a vehicle mode paint app, so again, kind of surprised. And yeah, let's see, midsection, all painted up in silver. And the knees also got a dash of silver. Again, I'm actually quite enamored by how much paint went into this guy, which is not typical of Transformers these days. And yeah, like, between the doors and the fenders, you still have quite a bit of color going on from the vehicle mode. yeah, he's a colorful dude. He actually works out pretty well in that regard. Now, I do need to get to problems with the figure. But for first, we should probably cover articulation. So we'll get that out of the way first. So the head, we saw the ball joint for transformation. Goes up and down, goes left and right. The belly isn't clipped in, so that would help. But yeah, full motion there. You have up and down range and everything. The shoulders, universal. Swivel here, hinge here. Everything works great there. Bicep rotation. Love to see it. Double jointed elbows. Love a double jointed elbow. Thank you very much. Waist joint. Waist joint is there. Works pretty well. It's detented to the middle. Boop. Boop. Like that. We have universal hips. We have thigh rotation. We've got a knee bend, which goes beyond 90 degrees. Love to see that too. And then we have an ankle tilt as well. Lots going on here. Yeah, you can also tilt it forward. That's so much dedicated articulation. Now, there's a few issues to said articulation. Aside from the weird detent in the midsection, the legs have this like hook to them where they clip in like that, which I'm not entirely sure why. I would say like connection for the vehicle mode, but the legs collapse for the vehicle mode, so that's not correct. The legs just have this like weird, like really heavy detent right there to make the legs straight. And that's odd. It's very odd. But it's also the only way to really get him to stand like balanced and straight-legged. And even then, like you can see, like he's a little bit back heavy. So you have to compensate appropriately. The spoilers in the rear should be great heel spurs. And they don't really work all that well for him. They're a little bit out of alignment for that. You could tilt the ankles forward, I guess, and that will also give you a little bit more leverage. But yeah, it's just a little bit weird the way his legs operate. And I'm not crazy about how his legs operate. Also, like, the more I mess with him, the more I get, like, RID 2015 Jazz vibes. I think that just might be because the front quarter panels turn into, like, the backside of his shoulders. I think that might be part of it. Okay, how about we bring back those exhaust pipes so we can actually get a little bit more Transformer Prime in here. So, if we flip his fists, you'll find that they have open ports. And if we plug the open ports in with these, you get the transformation for arm blasters, which is very much a Transformers Prime thing. Very, very cool to see. Oh, before I forget, little Easter egg for you. Yeah, we have a relic. One of the relics from Transformers Prime is sculpted in. Can't remember the name offhand. You'll excuse me. I kind of just like threw this guy onto the review stage and hit play. So it's cool to actually include it though. I'm happy to see that little like tidbit. I will admit there are elements. So people keep looking at this and going like, okay, it looks like it's going to be Knockout at some point. Well, I don't think it's the right shape for Knockout. I don't know what else you do with this mold, but I don't think that's it. But there is a lot to this mold that does not scream Smokescreen particularly, and I do think the connected chest that is not a Smokescreen thing, and then the arm shape is a little bit off, leg shape's a little bit off. It is, for lack of a better term, generationified, where it's kind of up to like modern G1-esque standards as far as aesthetic goes. So how that really plays to you is entirely your business. But for now, I believe that stupid hook, I don't like that. I believe that is everything I have to say about the brand new Smokescreen toy. So it's a nice new mold. It's a little bit standard Autobot, but I do like some of the tricks it has. Very, very articulated for a deluxe, very well painted for a deluxe. It just has a few little quirks here and there. And I'm still not sure if I'm just not transforming the vehicle mode correctly, if I'm missing like one step, one thing's out of place, or if it really just does have some tolerance issues. Either way, I could use those being a little bit tighter. But either way, not a bad figure. Not a bad figure. How you respond to it is going to depend on how dedicated you are to like the normal look of Smokescreen from Transformers Prime. So with that all said, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.